It's not a novel thing to say, why don't we be like Shenzhen? What would be novel would be to really take a detailed study of the lessons and then actually apply them in a way that sort of, copied elements of the Chinese political system where the local cadres, in addition to the villagers, are incentivized for the growth, right? I mean, there's a great New York Times piece by Kyle Chan maybe 3 months ago that talked about how in the future, manufacturing is going to be, Hangzhou versus Suzhou versus Shenzhen versus Chengdu. It's not going to be America versus China. America is going to become irrelevant. That is kind of the trajectory we're on right now. India has labor rates comparable to what China was 20 years ago. Obviously, it has more than 1 billion people. I think the differences between India and China are quite profound. The similarities are superficial. And so it's not anything like a copy and paste job of what Apple did in China, and then you're just going to apply it in India. There were all sorts of differences, and you're probably going to be a lot more fluent in them than I am. But nevertheless, what India has in terms of its advantages, I think are really quite compelling to Apple, or really any corporation that's overly dependent on China, which is a long list. I think those companies are often really just like desperately hoping that India plays a starring role in their China plus one strategy. But it's really tough to compete with China, and I don't know that India is doing enough.